We are back for the third map, mtwDimaga against DuckloadRA, aka WhiteRA. It is 2 points for Dimaga, while WhiteRA has 0 points so far in this series. It's a best of 7 series. Showmatch brought to you by sc2vision.eu. And sadly I had to recast this replays. Sorry for that. I messed up some recording stuff. As always. Don't know. So Dimaga is joining up, of course, and let's have a word about the last map. I loved this last replay. Maybe the second map was the most exciting because yeah, there was so much going on. The early game was interesting. In the mid game we saw tons of Mutualisks harassing the opponent, very common strategy. And then in the late game, so much was going on. Highly recommended. If you skip the second replay or VOD, I highly recommend to you watch it. Yeah, and Dimaga got his first Overlord there. He's not scouting so far. DuckloadRA again with the 12 gate. Nothing out of the ordinary. There is a spawning pool going down at 14 again. So, like last game, he's throwing down his spawning pool without an extractor. He probably wants to expand another time. Very fast. As I mentioned before, it's not easy to call what Dimaga is doing against the Protoss. His Protoss style is very, very weird. Many Zerg players do struggle against Protoss because, yeah, the cannon cheese is pretty strong. They're good timing attacks, so most Zerg players say Protoss is the strongest race right now in the game. I'm not entirely sure. So Dimaga does a very different style from the absolute standard, and it looks like he is very good with it. Here's the expansion going down now. Interesting. So it's extractor right after this expansion, and there is a cybernetics core. Nothing out of the ordinary, as I mentioned before. Second assimilator, so DuckloadRA probably wants to get some higher tech as fast as possible. So on Blistering Sands, you of course need to be aware of the backdoor. Blistering Sands was a very interesting map in the Starcraft 2 history. Maybe the most interesting map because of this backdoor there. Started out that Zerg is very, very strong there because, yeah, roaches were a little bit overpowered and you could not prevent or could not protect your main base from the early roach pushes that well in the early beta. Afterwards, Nazgul did his fast expand, walling off at this place and getting rid of this destructible rocks and make a new entrance to your main base there. And then suddenly Protoss was stronger than Zerg on this map. Then Zerg adapted to that and crushed this build. Was very comfortable against that, and yeah, Zerg turned out to be a little bit stronger than Protoss again. Afterwards the 2-gating was born, and we do a lot of pressure with Zealots, or we did a lot of pressure with Zealots. Yeah, there's some struggling going on. As I mentioned, without metabolic boost, the Stalker can do some damage. And yeah, the 2-gate got nerfed, and now I'm not sure who's better on this map. I think it's pretty interesting still, and maybe balanced. Maybe absolutely balanced. Oh, nice micromanagement by WhiteRA, who's killing off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these Zerglings. 6 and 3, 9 Zerglings without losing that much. Well, 40 hull damage. Big micromanagement by WhiteRA there. And he got 4 gates, 5 gates, so this is absolutely all in. Let's have a look at the harvester count. 27 harvesters against 26. So WhiteRA has a very healthy economy while attacking with 5 gates. So the 5-gate attack is at minute 8, as you can see there. A little bit later than the 4-gate attack, which is at minute 7. But you have more reinforcement. There are the Zerglings trying to surround and pick up one sentry. This is of course a huge thing for WhiteRA. He needs to focus. He should not lose more stuff before the big fight is going on. He's attacking the destructible rocks at the back door, while Dimaga tries to slip in the main base. But here's a pylon to guard the entrance of his main base. I think there's a small gap still, and there is a small attack with some speedlings by Dimaga, who has no roach warrants so far. But an evolution chamber 1-0 upgrade and a baneling nest went down before this 5-gate attack was pulled off. Here's another pylon to get more reinforcements. But the pylon will be killed off, and he lost his probe to get more pylons in the front base. We see some baneling cocoons to buy some time here. And Dimaga is now at 54 supply, while WhiteRA is at 53. He wants to kill off his own destructible rocks to get access to his own main base again. And all these Zerglings streaming in, trying to surround these stalkers, these zealots, but in the first place they want to kill off all these sentries. And there's a big mistake by WhiteRA splitting his sentries from the main army. We'll lose all his stalkers. Dimaga has still 58 supply. The worker count is pretty healthy for WhiteRA still, and pretty healthy for Dimaga. But here's a huge counter attack by Dimaga. He will eat up the backdoor entrance, I guess. But oh, maybe the next big blunder by DuckloadRA. Moving out at this position. All the Zerglings surround the stalkers, the zealots, and WhiteRA is losing this whole army there. Nice block off, nice force field, but still the Nexus is prevented, and this is the most important thing right now. WhiteRA is down to 35 supply only, and Dimaga is at 58. Sitting at the back door. And WhiteRA wants to get a forge, to get a cannon, to get a 1-0 upgrade. Fight all these 1-0 Zerglings who are absolutely strong. Look at this. But this entrance is guarded. Still, there is a backdoor rock, and Dimaga wants to eat up this destructible rocks. 2 stalkers guard this entrance. Now, oh my god, why is he moving out? I don't understand it. While Dimaga gets an additional hatchery to get more larvae, the baneling nest is rebuilt. So he wants to baneling bust probably what's going on in the front base there. WhiteRA is pulling off 1 stalker. Still no tier 2 tech for Dimaga. He stays on tier 1, and he stays on 1-0 Zerglings with banelings to crush his opponent in this spot there. The destructible rocks will be eaten up by some Zerglings, and there are so many banelings. Nice force field, very nice force field. To have only 1 small gap. WhiteRA needs to be very patient right now, but he forgot about the destructible rocks at the backdoor entrance, and now the destructible rocks are wide open. The 1-0 upgrade still is not finished. And now, okay, there is a pylon to guard this main entrance. So many Zerglings. 64 supply for WhiteRA against 80 supply by Dimaga, who finished his 2nd hatchery to get more larvae. And now he's slipping in. But nice force fields to prevent the banelings from moving into the main base. And all these Zerglings are killed off pretty fast. The 1-0 upgrade is finished. And now Zealots only take or need 2 hits to kill 1 Zergling. And some Zerglings killed off the front door. Pylon there. But still, Dimaga's on 2 base, while WhiteRA is on only 1 base. Let's have a look at the income quick. 28 against 34, so Dimaga gets a little bit more minerals. No additional extractors to get more links and links and links. Still no tier 2, and now WhiteRA is moving out. Uh-oh. So many banelings. These force fields need to be very good, very, very good. Otherwise he will lose all his whole army. Uh-oh, no good force fields. He is surrounded. All these banelings move to the zealots to kill them off as fast as possible. WhiteRA is losing his whole army there, down to 34 supply again. 30 supply, while Dimaga is still at 71. And WhiteRA says GG, Dimaga says GG. It's the 3rd point for Dimaga, while WhiteRA is still at 0-1 wins. So, this could be a quick 4-0 for Dimaga in this position. Let's see what happens next map.